right, everybody, here we are again, day three. I apologize, yesterday I went way too long, 20 minutes. That's a long time for anybody to listen to me ramble on. Uh, Again, I mean, it's a very important topic we're talking about. Uh, Wanting to stop and address the issue of veteran suicide. So I definitely don't regret taking 20 minutes of your day to get you to be more aware of this situation, and try to make some efforts to minimize and stop the tragedy that is our American men and women ending their lives because of that tough transition to being home and the struggles of coming back from a wartime situation. But at the same time, I don't want to be the reason anybody loses interest in the topic and stops paying attention. So try to keep these a little bit shorter for you, but at the same time, still want to bring awareness to this. Again, 22 plus people, 22 plus veterans every day taking their own lives is something we don't want to tiptoe around. It's not something we want to ignore and let fall by the wayside. We want to address this. We want to make it an important topic to discuss. And we want to keep it in the forefront of our minds so that we can do something about it instead of continuously just letting it drift away and if I ignore the problem, maybe it'll go away. It's not going away. It's not gonna go away. Um, from from the dawn of time when the first two cave people came out and smacked each other in the head with rocks, violence has unfortunately been a part of our human condition. And as long as that's always the case, there will always be men and women who have to step forward and engage in that fight. And as long as there are men and women engaging in that fight, there is going to be trauma that comes along with that, emotional, mental issues that need to be addressed and need to be taken care of, because too often we take for granted our fighting men and women. Um, hey, you get the GI Bill. Hey, there's a VA hospital you can go to. It's not. It's not helpful. We need to address what they really need, and what they need is support. They need ears to listen. They need places to go to aid them when they're struggling. Maybe they're homeless. They need a place to stay. They're struggling to find a job. We need to find jobs. Maybe they need psychological help. We need to be able to provide that in some capacity. And it can't just be, well, the government will take care of that. The government isn't taking care of that. And that's not a shot at the government. That's not a political statement. It's the reality of the situation. Um, we have been engaged in active combat for almost over 20 years at this point. If we use September 11th, 2001 as our start date to now, we're talking almost 20 years of straight combat situations for our men and women. The government and the VA system is overloaded. There are far too many of us who have signed on that dotted line and set foot on foreign soil in the name of this country, and there's not the capacity to take care of every one of those individuals. We have to step up as a society and say, hey, our warriors mean something to us. We will help them because they have stepped up for us. So, again, we're here to talk about veteran suicide, but we're also just here to try and make a change. And, just talking about it doesn't do it. That's why I started the fundraiser for Mission 22, a great organization that helps with some of those things veterans need. Job placements, education, psychiatric help, anything you can think of that could help somebody who's struggling to make that transition from military life to home life, from combat to peacetime, and struggles mentally or with just the adjustment of how do I now live this life, as well as suicide hotlines and other ways of reaching out and just trying to be there for our veterans. So many of you have contributed. It's amazing. I mean, we're talking. I've had that thing up less than 36 hours, and we're already more than a quarter away to the initial goal I set. And I'm telling you right now, we're never going to reach that goal because I'm going to keep hiking it up every time we get close. I want you guys to push me to have to raise that every day. And right now, you guys are amazing. Your hearts are open, your wallets are open, and you're really reaching out and trying to make a change. And I appreciate that because together we can make a difference. I do believe that. But you know what? If maybe opening your wallet isn't an option for you, I get it. You know, we've all been on hard times. Just talk to somebody. If you know somebody who's struggling, be there for them. That doesn't cost a dime. If you think somebody's struggling, reach out. Ask if they're okay. And if you don't know that you trust the answer, keep asking until you get to the bottom of it. Don't give up because, well, they probably just don't want to talk about it. Maybe they don't, but they need to. And sometimes we have to push them past want into need and get that interaction, get that communication going, get something happening for them so we can get to the heart of the issue and help them. So, again, there's a fundraiser. If you just want to straight donate, if that's the way you want to roll, please do. I'm going to continue to post that every day. I'm going to post it every day, at least until I get through these 22 days. And if I'm probably going to then send off the money, and I will probably keep restarting. I don't want to give up on this. It hits me personally, it hits many of you personally. A lot of you have lost people to suicide, and many of you have lost veterans to suicide. And we can't sweep it under the rug anymore. Let's make a change. So, for those of you who are still interested, and many of you have not been, so far I have 0 bids on this painting, and I get that. And if nobody ever bids on it, I'm not going to be hurt. I'm more than happy to keep it. I mean, there's a reason I painted it. But if it can motivate you to open your wallet, to donate a little bit so we can help make a change, it's yours. That's more important to me than anything else. But if not, hey, I'm more than happy to keep it, and I'll just throw some cash in myself. So, lighten the mood a little bit. I said one of the things I want to do just to kind of keep this conversation going, keep you interested, make it worthwhile for you to continue to watch these 8-hour videos I keep putting out. I'll try to keep this short, but it's one of my favorite stories when people ask, tell me something about your time in. So, me and the boys of FIF Squad, y'all know who you are if you're watching, work hard, play hard kind of guys. We're an infantry squad. I was infantry the entire time I was in the Army. For those of you who aren't aware, that's 9 guys, 2 teams of 4, and a squad leader. So we were out on a patrol one night, and we're cruising through the desert, and we happened to come across wild hedgehogs. Now, my stepmom has a hedgehog. It's yay big around, little tiny thing, cute as a button. These were talking like giant freaking hedgehogs, large and in charge. So being the responsible soldiers we were, we gathered up 4 of these hedgehogs, packed them into the Humvees, brought them back, and I'm pretty sure it's been 15 years. I'm past the statute of limitations. I've been out long enough. I don't think I can get in trouble. So we bring them back on camp, and what we do is take them to the tent. And I may have mentioned before, there were a lot of international or different nations militaries working with us. And in particular, we liked to harass the Italians a little bit. There were 2 Italian guys. So we went to their tent, and we didn't shove. We weren't aggressive about it. We let these hedgehogs loose in the tent of the Italian guys. We backed off a little bit and just waited for them to come running out in the middle of the night, hearing weird noises, animals running around in their tent. They can't see. It's dark. They come running out just crazed. What the hell's going on? Super fun for us. Probably not for them, but So, we fast forward a couple days. Again, me and the boys were out on patrol, and while we were over there, we came across these lizards. Now, they were about yay long, thick bodied, about yay big around through the middle. But what's interesting about them are two weird physical factors that I hadn't seen in a lizard before in my life. And one is they were yay big around, but soft in the middle. Because what would happen is when they got threatened, they would inflate like a pufferfish, and then hiss at you like an angry cat. Crazy. So they would get huge and hiss at you. But the other thing that was interesting, they had short tails, but they were thick, yay big around, but only like yay long, but spiky, like little baby dinosaurs. And what they do is they burrow in after they hissed at you and just swing the thing at you super aggressively. Like, okay, if you're gonna mess with me, if the pufferfish thing didn't do it, I'm gonna smack you with this spiky tail. Again, like most infantry guys, we can't not mess around with the local wildlife. So we picked up 3 of those guys, and we made harnesses for them out of 550 cord. Parachute cord, for those of you who don't know what that was. And again, this time it was a team effort. What we did is we had one team approach the Italian guys and go, hey, we feel bad about the hedgehog thing. Why don't you come have lunch with us at the mess tent? So those guys take the Italians off. Well, the rest of us go in and we take these lizards into their tent and we tie them off with the harnesses to their beds. So that when they come back from lunch, they got these giant baby dinosaurs attached to their beds in the middle of their tent. Oh, we hate you. Fuck you. It's absolutely hilarious. Of course, hey, we heard you had a hedgehog problem. We're trying to find a way to deter the hedgehogs from being in your tent. Fun stuff. So, again, don't want to run another 20 minutes. I just want to share a little something, lighten the mood a little bit, but at the same time, let's not make it too light. At the heart of this, it is still about stopping veteran suicide and making an effort to be aware of that and open that conversation and make it a topic we don't hide from. So, another thing I want to do, vary our push-ups a little bit, keep you interested. So what we're going to talk about today is, anytime you're doing any physical activity, sometimes you have to start off a little easier. And one thing as a trainer I've noticed and is a lot of people, hey, I can't do a push-up. Okay, we'll do them from your knees. Well, the problem I have with that is there is still a form issue. So for me, the push-up is essential to have that straight body plank position. So what I encourage is instead of we get in this baby crawl position with our butt up in the air while we go through the push-up, I like to interlock my ankles and then pull them towards my butt. And what that does is it forces my body into that straight line position so that when I go to do my push-up, I'm not raised up in the middle, just kind of doing this half-hearted upside down sit-up. So, we're going to give those a try. Another thing I would always recommend is we have this tendency to want to put our heads down when we're doing push-ups, like we're trying to reach for the ground with our skull. One, that shortens the distance, so you're not really getting the full effect. And 2, why smack your head? Plus, then you round out your shoulders. Keep that head in either a neutral position or raise that chin a little bit. We want to keep from hitting face first, and we want to keep those shoulders nice and straight, that upper spine nice and straight. So, here we go. Again, interlocking my ankles, raising them towards my butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And again, 22. Because 22 plus veterans are taking their life every day. But you and me, we're going to make a change. We're going to try and put a stop to that.